This field was home to legends like Bolino and Staubach, the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, and home to the Midshipmen of Navy. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Buffalo Bulls, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. The returner will field it and bring it, and the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster.
That is an absolutely perfect start. If you're a defensive guy, you got them backed up now inside their own 10. Do you want to be aggressive and go try to get after that quarterback, maybe get a safety early in the game, or do you just settle in and sit back? Good problems to have early in the game.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And it's on the ground. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble. Bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. With jet sweep pass. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Bulls will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A low line drive and not his best work. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. Line gets set, 1st down. Back to pass, it's Horvat. Wasting no time taking a shot. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Using the spin move. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Skips away from pressure. And the ball's loose in the backfield. The defense pounced on that, and now they're headed the other way. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Midshipmen. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
It is so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Paul, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Quick pass on the fly motion. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Navy! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying to get to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And the Bulls will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the... Oh, what a grab by the defense! Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First down here for the offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Going for it all. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, this quarterback is going to have to be precise with his timing and his accuracy. He's already thrown a pick. That one got swatted away, guys. We're only in the first quarter. These windows are tiny to throw into.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Forced out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can scramble around, buy some time, and then knowing exactly what I need to do to get that first down. You can call them whatever you want, but that was really smart.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Makes his connection. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he'll fire. Zings it complete to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings them a fourth down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Between the uprights, it's good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. And here comes the Navy offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass. It's Horvat. Spits it out to the back. Makes the grab down the middle. And he'll be brought down.
The guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Makes the grab down the left side. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, midshipman. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami of Ohio is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arizona. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Bulls racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Caught over the middle. It's Snow. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now on 2nd and goal. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
How many chances can you afford to waste in the red zone? They've already been stopped twice. Can they come through this time? It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands from passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
I think oftentimes for a quarterback, accuracy goes down a little bit when you're not throwing from the pocket in a good throwing position. Every time you scramble, every time you start running, you really got to make sure that all of your fundamentals are in check. And that time, the quarterback just got a little bit out of whack, and that affected the accuracy on that play.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Navy quick to the line. Receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Going up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Chapman. Discards a man. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Back to throw, it's Horvath. He's got it down the middle. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Buffalo.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man and they convert. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! And they take it in for 6 more points. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Buffalo, 3.
And the Bulls will boot it away to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Navy will go back on the attack. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Pressure coming. Buys a little extra time. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. Looking for a deep man. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, midshipman! And the beatdown has ensued.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3.
35, Buffalo, 3.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Got some room to run. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Navy! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Power football with the run. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Was looking for a